Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we have another double upload here on the channel where we have some Truck Series, Xfinity Series, as well as some Cup Series action on the way for you here today at Martinsville in the Cup Series, by the way, as we come through to start the Truck Series, though, here in Canada, where we had community member of Carter Logston in the truck for us here today. Started at the back of the pack due to failing inspection a few times, so he had quite a bit of work to do, but fortunately, it's a road course. It's Canada. There's always potential to move your way forwards. Now, I was actually up ahead of them. There was a big accident here, and then actually Carter would clean out the number 33 truck here, and that was very unfortunate. But by the time he came to the end of this race, he was actually able to work his way all the way up inside the top 10 and be scrapping it out with the 23 of Brett Moffitt across the line for a fourth place finish. So a great effort there from Carter as Max Gutierrez picks up the victory here in Canada now as we look through the rest of the finishing order. Playoffs in the Truck Series already in full swing. Same for the Cup Series starting today. But what we have now is the regular season finale for the Xfinity Series here from Richmond International Raceway with Daniel Suarez behind the wheel. Now, we knew exactly what to expect from Suarez here in this race. No matter who you put in the car, in our going racing Ford Mustang, it's not going to run good at Richmond. So, unfortunately, Suarez pretty much ran right where he started for the majority of this race, right around the 20th to 23rd place range. We come straight through to the final lap because Suarez didn't make any progress whatsoever. Comes through to cross the line for a 21st place finish here. As you see, rounding out the top 10 was Jeff Green. Daniel Hemrick picks up the victory here in the regular season finale in that number 1 car. And then you see the rest of the finishing order. So rough day there for Suarez in Richmond, but obviously going into the playoffs with quite a few playoff points. Couldn't quite win the regular season championship over Kimi Räikkönen, unfortunately, so gave up some playoff points there as Räikkönen is your regular season champion. As we come through into the Cup Series qualifying at Martinsville, unfortunately make a mistake through turns 1 and 2, so I went a little bit wide, had to really get out of the throttle, but we come through the cross line, still beating the goal with the 19.873, but qualify all the way down in 14th place here for the Martinsville night race. So already some work to do. We're a bit behind now going into this one as we didn't have a great Dover. Nothing really went to plan. We come into this race 15 points above the cut line as Christopher Bell, our teammate, on pole, and our other teammate of Tyler Reddick qualifying there in 9th place. So both of those guys in the top 10 as we have some work to do to get into the top 10 there. As you see at the very bottom of the grid, you got Max Gutierrez as we're ready to go green. Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip it is known as. It's been on the schedule since, the debut of NASCAR, the longest, I think, standing track in NASCAR history, and obviously it has its belonging place in this sport as it continues to produce incredible races year after year.
Alright, my man, we have a pretty solid points cushion, so let's just see if we can not jeopardize anything and get to the second round.
Yes, sir, we'll see what we can do. Let's just keep it calm. There you hear myself as well as Lanchion on the radio here as we are ready to go green here at the paperclip. So I mentioned a few moments ago, Dover didn't go exactly how we had hoped it would, so we definitely need to be on our game tonight, on the A game tonight, to try and get as many points in stages, as well as hopefully just win the race. We know we're going to be strong at Martinsville here as we try to pick up the win for the third time this season, starting alongside the 41 of John Hunter Nemechek as the middle race of the round of 16 is underway here from the playoffs now. 14th place. Hopefully we can get up inside the top 10 before the first half of the stages. We actually got taken 3 wide in a turn when there was some contact. There's 83 of Christian Eckes getting a little bit desperate right now as we're still 3 wide. I back out of it. I said, you know what? This is lap 1 of 125. We do not need to be going 3 wide already, but some drivers, of course, think differently than us here. So I would back out of that battle right there behind Nemechek and get to that inside here at the end of the first and opening lap here of this stage and up the inside of one of our playoff contenders and competitors of Kyle Larson now as the 17 of Christopher Bell leading the way here on these opening couple of laps now as he's really stepped it up lately. Of course, got that win in Canada a few episodes ago and is looking really strong here as we go down into turn 1. Now passing our rival of Joey Logano, had quite the run-in with him, which you probably saw just a few hours ago. This is, like I said, a double upload day, and there might be 1 or 2 more double upload days coming here. Maybe tomorrow, and then maybe 1 or 2 as well next week. So stay tuned for that. But at this rate, we're going to have this final season probably completed by hopefully October 19th, October 20th, somewhere in there. And then we'll have 6 days to spare before the release of NASCAR 21 Ignition, when the deluxe edition, you can play it on the 26th of October. So hopefully we can debut the career mode on that same day now as we came through. Already halfway through Stage 1, we have exceeded all expectations here. We're up inside the top 5, and we were on the move. And now the leaders were dealing with lap traffic, and that was now the 45 of Derek Cross leading the way, because our teammate of Christopher Bell was really starting to fall off here. And I was able to get past him, move up into 4th place, and now get to the back of Alfredo here. 39th place is where he runs right now as I look up the inside down into turn 1 with 12 laps to go. I was bringing Austin Cindric with me throughout the field. He was following my every single move. Every car I was passing, Cindric was passing as well here now, as we would also get past the number 83 of Christian Eckes, the defending champion, still looking for his first win on the season, but he's been consistent enough to be comfortably above the cut line right now in these closing races of the round of 16. Up the inside of the 45 of Kraus, who's down in second now. Our teammate of Tyler Reddick leading in the final 10 laps here of Stage 1 now, as I'm right behind a lap car of Gregson trying to get him moved out of the way. I said, you know what, Noah, let's get a move on with it. Either you go forwards or I go around you. I decide right here, we're going to take it 3 wide down into turn 1 with 7 laps to go here with that 60 and that 1 car. So now here we are going for the lead. We started P14 and it took us 24 whole laps, and we are now leading at the paperclip in Martinsville, and we're bringing that 33 again of Austin Cindric with us. So a great start to this race here now, as we find ourselves out in front in these closing laps now to the 2 lap to go mark in Stage 1, and myself and Cindric had both driven away from 3rd place and beyond here. So just trying to hold on here. I was under the pressure right now from the 33 Moneyline Ford Mustang there for Penske Racing in that 33 car, because I was getting really free on the exit of these corners, and you could really see it right there. But we come through to start the final lap. I just knew as long as I protect the bottom right here through turns 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, we're going to be fine. So clear out of turn 2, and now the job is pretty easy here as we lead the way down the back straightaway into turn 3 for the final time. Cindric within a car length, but not close enough out of turn 4. We're going to come through to get only our 2nd stage win of the season. Nearly lost it out of turn 4, but we come through to win Stage 1. So a great start to this race. Obviously, we're going to be looking for a few adjustments here to tighten up the car just a little bit, because it was pretty obvious we were loose. So it was going to be a bit of a work in progress here to get this car to where we need it to be here to be really good on that long run, because it was really hit or miss. The short run, I felt really slow, and then the long run, I felt just really loose, and that was kind of making me slow. And the middle run is really where this car excels, and I think you're going to see that again here throughout this race as we come through, though, to win Stage 1 in Martinsville. Welcome back here from the paperclip at Martinsville Speedway, now picking up some crucial playoff points that's going to lead us throughout the rest of this playoff here now. As we know, we've been lacking playoff points here this season, so it's crucial to get them while we can today in Martinsville, as it is time to get amped here for the start of Stage 2. Not the start to Stage 2 we were looking for. We obviously lost the lead on the pit lane, unfortunately, there to our teammate of Tyler Reddick, and then we ended up losing a couple of spots in the opening laps there of Stage 2 to that number 45, to the 2 of Priest as well. Now the 44 of Lewis Hamilton, who's surprisingly running really good for a short track now. He won last episode in Dover, so he's already locked into the round of 12. But now, on about lap 8, 9, 10, in that area, the car is starting to kind of kick in a little bit. I had mentioned already that this middle part of the run for this car is really where we are strong, and it was showing right off the bat because we would then run down the two of Ryan Preece a few laps later after passing Lewis Hamilton up the inside of him down this front straightaway, and this is going to be yet another easy pass down into turn one. Reddick still leading the way over the 45 of Kraus, but you can see obviously we're closing in on both of them very, very quick. Now to the inside of Derek Kraus on lap 12 into turn one, and we're going to be able to move up into that runner-up second position here as we exit the corner. So car right now was just driving so good, and we didn't waste any time. We get up the inside of Tyler Reddick now on the start of lap 13 here on that McDonald's Ford Mustang. He's trying to hold us off on the top there, puts up a good fight for the time being, gets clear, but I'm going to lunge back up the inside here down into turns 3, and sure enough, we are going to be able to move up into that first position. So back out in front here in Martinsville, but now on lap 17, already dealing with a good chunk of lap traffic. The caution had actually come out. Preece had actually gotten up into second. I heard a bunch of carnage behind me happening, so someone behind us that actually had that accident, but it was actually the number 29 of Cole Custer, so it wasn't like a playoff contender having any issues. So nobody coming into the pit lane here because we can make it to the end of stage 2 here as we're going to get ready to go green from that first spot. On the front row, Preece on our outside now as the green flag is going to be back out. It's going to be just 11 laps to go in stage 2, and it was not a good restart for me right there. Actually, the car did not take off whatsoever. There was some contact after that caution came out from my AI, and I'm going to guess that's what led into that poor restart as Preece gets clear but does not take it, and I get back up as inside into turn 3, and I make sure right here out of turns 4 we kind of push it a little bit wide, and we get clear of that 2 of Ryan Preece, and the 33 of Cindric would follow through. Now lap 28 of 30 in stage 2, just comfortably staying in front of that 33 of Cindric, but clearly you can tell on that long run, Cindric is just so much faster, but we get to the final lap here leading the way into turn 1, just being defensive. We were able to win the first and opening stage of this race, and now down the back straightaway for the final time into turn 3 towards turn 4. We're going to be able to come through to defend enough over that 33 car to win stage 2 as well, so we come through to sweep the first 2 stages here in the Martinsville Speedway night race, and now that just leaves one more stage here to go out and win the overall race, but obviously that's not going to be an easy task by any means here now, but the car was driving really, really good. Didn't want to even make a single adjustment to it, so we were not going to. We're just going to put 2 cans of fuel on the car, 4 fresh tires, make some minor repairs there, 1 second of repairs to do to the car, so pretty straightforward here. So we're going to get ready to start stage 3 as we come through to sweep both stage 1 and 2. Ready to go green here under the lights at Martinsville Speedway for the start of the third and final stage here now as we lose 2 positions unfortunately on the pit lane. The 33 of Cindric to the lead, Derek Kraus from third into second place as the third and final stage is underway here from Martinsville Speedway. Bubba Wallace just behind myself, Ryan Preece on my outside. You got the 84 of Buescher now 3 wide actually with Bubba Wallace and our teammate of Tyler Reddick, who's trying to, I guess, do me a bit of a favor here now and try to put the playoff competition further back from us now. As you guys know, we came into this race 15 points above the cut line, but we've run so well. We've gotten maximum points so far in stage 1 and 2 by winning both of those stages that we are definitely going to be comfortably above the cut line if we can just even get a top 10 here today in Martinsville. So I am not concerned whatsoever. I said after Dover I wasn't concerned because I knew we were going to come into Martinsville and be strong, and even if we don't win tonight, well, we're going to go to the Charlotte Roval and be strong and probably have a chance to win that one as well. So 0 concerns at this point here as we go down into turn 1 behind that 45. Car was really tight at this point here, so I didn't have enough speed there, but now on lap 73 it's starting to kick in. I'm going to look to the inside of the 45 of Derek Kraus there for 23-11 racing into turn 1. Now we have a spin behind us in turn 4. It's the number 12 of Chase Briscoe for Penske, who goes around. The caution is going to come out, and unfortunately we didn't quite get ahead of the 45, but actually that's a good thing because nobody comes into the pit lane and we are going to be actually lining back up on the inside, and now we know our car is starting to kick in a little bit more, so this could be an advantage that caution came out when it did as we get back underway behind that 33 Boston Centric. It has been multiple seasons since we've seen Austin Cindric compete for a race victory, but here he is tonight on top of it. Now we know we're going to have to fight him hard if we want to win this race here in Martinsville Speedway. Up the inside of Kraus down into turn 3, and we are easily going to clear him. Kyle Busch is actually going to be side by side for that third spot behind us now, but both myself and Cindric would start to drive away from the competition here, and I was all over the back of the 33 of Cindric. I know I have a car capable of passing him, so now to lap 84. Here was our opportunity on lap 85 down into turn 1. We're going to go up the inside here with 41 laps to go, and we want to complete this pass as quick as we can and just drive away, get to the lap traffic, and hope for no cautions, because if we're in lap traffic towards the end of the race, nobody, I don't think, is going to be able to beat us. So up into P1 we went now, and then to lap 91, the 33 of Cindric following me through the lap traffic that we had gotten to here as I'm right on the back of the 47 of Tony Bradinger, but the caution comes out with 34 laps to go. Not what we wanted to see, as my car decides to slam into the back of the 47, and we're going to come into the pits here again, this time to put 2 right side tires on the car and then 1 can of fuel in the car and repair it as well. And the 12 of Chase Briscoe, who brought out the last caution, stays out. But here is the kicker. So we took 2 right side tires and a can of fuel. The AI took 4 tires, so now I knew that we were actually going to be in a bit of trouble. I immediately could tell that that 33, the 45, they were probably going to be way faster than myself, and immediately I start thinking and strategizing, how am I going to beat these guys now that I'm on a disadvantage with the tires? Well, there's still enough racing left here, 30 laps to go, that these guys are going to run down lap traffic. So once they get to lap traffic, we're going to run them down ourselves. It doesn't matter how much of a disadvantage we have with the tires, even speed, we won't get them when they get to lap traffic. So it's just all about minimizing the gap that they pull on us between now and that lap traffic. The 38 of Todd Gilliland sticking with me there in P4. This is how I knew that I was really at a tire disadvantage, when I couldn't even drive away from the 38 or the 18 like we have earlier in this race. Now to lap 108, lap traffic up in the mix. The 78 of Justin Haley actually blew an engine on the track. NASCAR decides they're not going to call a caution, and now we get in front of him, and everybody actually got past that 78 smoothly, thank goodness. So no caution ever came out, but to lap 113, we're right on the back bumper of both the 45 and the 33, who pulled away so much there. But now we go down into turns 1 and 2. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead behind lap traffic. We're going to bring the 33 of Todd Gilliland, actually 38, I meant, not number 33. That's the number 33 of Austin Cindric beside us here now as we 3 wide up the inside of a playoff contender. Sam Mayer having a miserable night here at the Paperclip in Martinsville. He is now a lap down for the McLaren team. He might be in a must-win situation going into the Charlotte Roval. Now to lap 117, myself and Gilliland both smoothly working our way through this lap traffic. I'm just hoping it stays green at this point. 8 laps to go as we go down into turn 1. We smoothly get through this group of traffic now up the inside of Noah Gragson here, coming to the final 6 laps of this race. Gilliland still right on our back bumper as we exit turn 4, but it is 6 laps to go, and now we have a little bit of freedom right here to go run down the next 2 cars here now as we come through the center of 1. And at a turn 2 now is actually, we get sideways right there, and actually we're going to not save it. We're going to wreck the car to the outside wall, and we have an accident here with 6 laps to go, and I just completely had a massive choke in Martinsville.
God damn it. We're wrecked here.
I don't want to talk about it.
10-4, just keep your eyes open. We can still win the race here.
Lots of confidence from our crew chief of Lantion, as I just had one of the biggest chokes of my NASCAR Heat 5 career mode so far. We have destroyed the car, but we stay out because it's only 2 laps. It doesn't matter how much damage we have. We can still get a top 5 out of this here now, as we're going to be side by side with Todd Gilliland now down the front straightaway as it's a green flag racing once again. In 2 laps remain, actually. We go down into turn 1. Lewis Hamilton up my inside as we exit turn 2. The 38 is going to run away easily here now, as I just don't have enough to get to him because of the damage to this car. Awfully ironic that after all the times we've done Todd Gilliland dirty, took his first win away, took his playoff spot away by actually not beating Ryan Blaney in Daytona, he is going to be the one to capitalize on the biggest choke I've made of the season to get his first career win potentially here down this back straightaway for the final time, clear of the 45 of Kraus, but he's going to lunge back up the inside here. I could not even get the car to turn at this point, and out of turn 4, it's going to be P4 for us, and Todd Gilliland wins his first Cup Series race in Martinsville.
Alright, checker flag here, P4.
Sorry, man. I blew it.
Yeah, don't worry. Besides, I'm pretty sure we're pretty far up the cut line, so we should be fine.
Well, we can mark that final Martinsville race of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode down as one of those races that got away from us here. Very, very unfortunate end here in Martinsville. We were a legitimate contender to win that race. So extremely unfortunate. Just wasn't meant to be right there. As we are 49 points though above the cut line. So going into the Roval, there is absolutely nothing to worry about. So thank goodness we're going to be okay there. There you see the Xfinity Series playoff grid. Suarez and Raikkonen are actually tied for the top spot going into Bristol. We have all four series in the next episode. We have the Legend Series for the semifinals, and then we have the Truck Series at Bristol. We have the Xfinity Series at Bristol, and then we have the Cup Series in the round of 16 elimination race at one of my favorite tracks on the schedule, and definitely my favorite road course to drive on the schedule, the Charlotte Roval. I cannot wait to get my hands on this track, by the way, NASCAR 21 Ignition. It's going to be so fun there. As you see the playoff situation right there, both Gibbs, Barry, Barry, Gibbs is in the grid right now. Barry, Blaney, as well as Kyle Larson and Sam Mayer all below the cut line going into the next one. It'll be close. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Of course, want to say thank you to the Go On Racing members of MJ, Joseph 9001, Timothy R. Hayes Gaming, Brett Durward, Dark Gengar Gaming, Age of Isura, Russell Dixon, Kenneth Barnett, Dana9302, Speed Demon 341, Alice Emery, as well as Jay Fitz. I appreciate you guys' support so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.